Ubuntu itself, the society itself, what are the strategies that they're using to empower the young population, the youth, and also help in reduction of crime, among others? The question is, what sport is it that the Ubuntu society is taking the podium to help in empowering the youth and help prevent crime and also advocate against drug abuse, etc.?
So, okay.
Okay,
So
either of you can pick that. Huh?
So our approach is two ways, and as he said, we are in the formative stage. We are now building the structures.
Yes.
So what we do, our first approach is to first of all teach people the principles of life.
Okay.
Like these are the principles of truth that we should live by. So once the person has the truth, then you cannot just feed on the truth. You live in a world, so you need to actually be useful. So each of these person has what we call the original value. This is what God created them to come and do. So inside Ubuntu, we have structured the society to have 13 pillars. These 13 pillars are divided into various segments. There's arts, there's conscious leadership, there's agriculture, there's innovation and tech. So what we are doing is we are bringing people who are now conscious of how they will do things with the society in mind to come and plug into the society.
Okay.
So we are coming up with like innovative ways that we can help progress our society that maybe do not require necessarily the government to come in, but we can just use our mind and the locally available resources to create solutions. So as we teach them the truth, we are establishing the structures through which they can come and plug in to the society. So they find a usefulness, they help others in the society, and now the community grows. Yeah, so we are establishing, we already have that structure. We are now equipping it with the necessary programs that we can do in the different localities within the country.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to add something on that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Basically, because you need to identify the skill or talent somebody has.
Yes.
Yeah, because how we have been approaching life as a society is people are being pushed to areas which are not in line with what their talents are. You understand? Just being told become a doctor, become a lawyer, become an engineer. As a result, that has brought a lot of confusion among people.
Yes.
Because you are doing something, but you love playing football.
Your purpose, your calling.
Your purpose.
Yeah.
So once you know the truth, you'll be able to identify your purpose.
Okay.
Like you said, now we have departments whereby even if you are a footballer, there's still a department you can plug in.
Okay.
If you are passionate, there are people whose passion is farming. You understand?
Yes.
So we have,
like our director here is so passionate in farming.
Somebody is in communications like you.
Yes.
There's still space. Then, but now our difference is because we are conscious, we are raising conscious people. It becomes easy because you are working with people who don't just share. You are not relating economically. You share values.
Yes.
Because imagine you working with people you share values. It becomes easy.
It becomes so easy. So do you think that maybe technology has, from the Ubuntu perspective, technology has brought us so together or has drifted us apart?
Technology has advanced humanity. The reason why we are looking at the Ubuntu's approach is because anything that is not done consciously creates more harm than good. So technology is good for humanity. We need technology. But if it's not conscious, then the technology focuses on profit rather than advancing humanity. So someone looks at technology, then they ask how much will it bring, not how many people will it help.
Okay.
So now, the reason why we are focusing on elevating the consciousness of people is to just remind people that your first obligation is service to humanity, not profit. Because
okay.
there was a time in Africa we didn't need money, and we survived harmoniously.
Yeah.
So we have lost that because everyone is chasing money, and as long as the profit becomes the goal, then anything that comes through that channel will not serve humanity.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be harmful.
So now with this technological advancement that we're having today, do you think that the elders have as a place in actually determining the course of the society from the Ubuntu perspective? Because I think Ubuntu seems like is some form of ancient. It's not a very, very kind of a Gen Z thing, right? So with this kind of technology, where does the elders plug in giving direction to the society?
Oh, let me.
Go ahead. No
So
problem.
Ubuntu is a mix of both the elderly and the young.
Okay.
So we need the wisdom of the elders, because our elders lived in a society where everyone was conscious, you know. So that's why there was harmonious living in their time.
Yes.
But we also acknowledge that we cannot do without technology. We are in an age where, okay, where does technology come from? That knowledge comes from God. So the only way God gives us technology is to advance our livelihood. The role of the elders is now to give us the guidelines so that even as you advance in technology, do not forsake the consciousness of humanity. Like, do not forsake the welfare of people for the sake of profit. So they give us the parameters for values. The role of the elders.
Being that the technology comes from God, and I think here in this part of the world, Africans, we pray a lot, right?
Yes.
But God prefers to give this technology to those who don't pray so much.
Yes.
How does Ubuntu look at this? As in, if you go to Udhiru, there is a church that's a church after every church. There's a church after every. I don't know whether you get that.
Yes.
Yeah. So in a street like this, there might be 20 churches from here to Pronto, the other side where you mentioned earlier. Yeah. But we are not trusted as the most prayerful part of the world. We are not trusted with that technology, and God would prefer to give them that technology. Those who don't even pray, like people from Wuhan, China.
Let me give one principle, and then he'll continue.
Okay, go ahead.
I told you I've grown up in Christianity, and
Yes.
it has taught me a lot. And one thing, there's one quote that I had one time that I didn't understand it, but I later came to understand it. I read somewhere, there's someone who said that Christians love Jesus, but they don't know his principles. But the people in the world who don't know Jesus, they understand his principles. So we pray, or Christians pray, even in the things that you're now supposed to use logic, your mind, you're still in prayer.
Yeah.
But others who don't have the spiritual dimension, they look at when it comes to the physical world, it only requires logic and intellect. So the prayer is to receive wisdom. The application requires logic or intellect. So you don't pray to translate something in the physical. There are principles. Let's say for this studio to be set up, you don't pray. You go look for a designer, you buy the equipment, you set up. That does not require prayer. So we don't know, or Christians don't know how to translate the knowledge that they have into actual physical results. Probably you can continue.
Yeah, that's true. And I would say that's a very good question you asked.
Thank you, and congratulations to me.
It's a very good question you
Yes.
asked. And our view about, like we told you about religion, Christianity, Muslim, and all those, is we believe to some level they are part of the problem. All religions, not just Christianity, they are part of the problem causing division. You understand?
Okay, so religion has participated hugely in
Bring division,
and that's the solution that Ubuntu has today.
Yes.
Right.
So
Okay.
in that divisive state, any entity or any being that is divided, whether within itself, as an organization, as a movement, as a Christianity, that I'd say God does not, you can't realize its purpose when it's divided. It's like a family. You get?
Yeah.
Imagine a family when the husband and wife are not in union, in unison or agreeing.
Yes.
Can that family progress?
No, it can't.
Don't you see divisions in Christianity? Are there divisions? There is a lot of divisions, isn't it?
Yes.
So why it can't realize its purpose as a
including the beliefs in Ubuntu. There's also form part of another division inside there.
No.
You believe that you're united, the entire. You are rising above all that.
We are rising above all those divisions.
Okay.
So any being that is divided, it cannot realize its purpose.
Oh, okay.
As a country, if we are not united, that's why you are seeing we are suffering as a country, because we are not united. Because disunity is not natural. Do you understand?
Okay.
When you hear about universe, uni means one.
Yes.
It comes from the word one.
Yes,
so
sorry.
God exists as a united being. So if we have, and if you form anything that is disunited, that people, that group, that entity will not realize its purpose of existence. You get?
Okay.
So that is why you see we have all these prayers, but people don't know that that division alone is enough for Christianity not to realize its purpose. Another thing about China being blessed
Yes.
with technology. Realize that civilization usually follows a certain pattern. You understand? There's a way it goes following a certain pattern. It started in Africa, ancient civilization. Egyptian civilization is the original civilization. So it doesn't mean we have never been civilized. We have been civilized. We got knowledge which they don't even have right now. If you research about pyramids, they can't make the pyramids right now, and they were made by black men. So you cannot say God blesses Chinese. You can see clearly, and when you dig deeper, you realize we had all these things which exist. There was electricity. There was all these things. They existed in ancient Africa. But then, because civilization follows certain pattern, that civilization ended at some point. Many years ago, 1,000 years, over 10,000 years ago, it came and ended and moved to the great rivers. It went to Rome. You understand? It went to Rome, and then we had the Roman Empire, which lasted for about I think 1,000 years or around there. Understand? And then Rome came tumbling down. Then it moved to the Great Britain, the island nation of Great Britain.
Yes.
Britain was called itself the nation or the empire where the sun never sets, because it conquered the whole world. Kenya was part of Britain, British protectorate from 1890, right?
Yes.
So now Australia was Britain, Canada was Britain, Jamaica, US itself was part of Britain, but it came tumbling down after some time. You understand?
Yes.
Then now civilization now moved to America. And then it has lasted since the Second World War. You understand? America has been the leader of the free world. You understand?
Yeah.
So now that's how civilizations move. Now it's moving to east, to China, Japan, those countries.
Yes.
That's where the next civilization is moving to. And then now it will have made a complete circuit of the globe. Then it will come back where?
To Africa. Even though the chances look so slim, man.
No, it will. It's going around and then coming back where they started.
Oh, okay.
That's why you hear many people who are talking about the next civilization.
Revival.
They are talking about it's Africa after
Yeah.
China. And China will not. China, Japan, they will not last so long as a civilization.
Maybe 1,000 years. Probably.
No. The reason is because they are centered mainly on communism. And communism is an atheistic ideology. It doesn't recognize the existence of That is the only downside. And then it will come.
How is communism?
It's centered on atheism. You go read the ideology.
Okay.
They don't believe there is a creator. They only believe the leader is the supreme leader. So when you go and you like you are healed of a disease, thank the supreme leader. You can check North Korea.
No, for North Korea, the way they practice their communism look a little different. But communism seems to be more Ubuntu than
it's a defective form.
The socialism and all that seem like you are because we are, as opposed to the capitalism whereby I can actually scrap you and even as long as I
but
contain.
In Ubuntu, the way we perceive it, God has to be at the center. You cannot remove God in any way. God has to be the center.
So yours is a religious Ubuntu.
Listen,
is that the way you
communism? Communism, God, research. Actually, they teach atheism in the ideology, even in Russia. So much as it's a good way of living as human beings, but now once you remove God, the God should be the center because there is a creator, but then they deny that there is a creator. And that's the only downside of communism.
But you know, these Christians are there in Russia,
yes,
which is a communist state.
They are there, but
even the Uyghur societies and all that. If you look at the way they operate in China and all that, somehow there's some element of a belief on a supreme being. They might not call it God.
In a small, they are like the main ideology which China was built centered on is communism. You understand?
Yes, it is communism. Yes,
but
because we can look at the communism like Ujamaa in Tanzania, but they still believe in God. Or is it not the same thing?
They have already the people believe in God. The ideology itself, the architects of the ideology, they centered it on atheism. You understand? So the center of the ideology is atheistic.
But right now they are moving well because now they have mixed the communism, socialism plus making it on a bedrock of capitalism. So now you can see more billionaires coming out in China, as opposed to be that the structure up there still looks like it's more communist.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you that the bedrock of atheism is an ideology. Because along the way, maybe other people realize now we need to change a bit this. But the bedrock of the ideology itself, Karl Marx, who developed it, Friedrich Engels, they anchored it on atheism. So it's an atheist. So if you do anything else, then that's not communism.
So the moment you you do not believe that God exists, then that kingdom is more likely to crumble down.
It must crumble because
why?
Because God is the center of the universe. So anything, because God is eternal, and you are not what you are doing is not anchored to Him. It can't last. How can it last?
As in the acknowledgement, or what?
Yeah, putting God at the center of that.
No, so just that they acknowledging that He does exist and give glory to Him. That is what makes this kingdom to last.
Not worship. Not worship. You see, there are certain wisdom that you cannot receive concerning life if you don't acknowledge that there is a higher source that gives that wisdom.
Okay.
You understand? So now, when you teach people to only rely on our own capacity, the day that capacity fails, then they don't know where to go to. But you see, when you have a society that acknowledges there is a supreme being like God, let's say if I receive the wisdom to take Kenya forth, and for some reason I fail, then another person can receive that same wisdom and the country will listen to them because they have been trained to know that human beings rely on God who is superior to all of us. So there is more avenues for the country to progress. It's not limited to a certain belief.
Does that explain the reason as to why China get more of their technology from espionage against the Americans who believe in God? Is that what you're trying to say?
Not really. Actually, what is there, it doesn't mean if you don't have God, you won't progress.
No, progressing, yes.
You
But
can,
now, nothing of yours is original because China, you find like, you see the B-52 Spirit bomber.
Mm-hmm.
They also have their own version
Yeah.
through espionage.
Yeah.
So they can only duplicate whatever is happening from those people who believe in God. Is that what you're saying? Because
There's a lot.
where the original is
Yeah.
from the Americans.
Yeah.
The Americans built the original and they believe in God.
You can
What's
see they have
preventing
to do-
China from making their own is because they don't believe in God. Therefore, they have to have a lot of spies around those who believe in God for them to get the technology. And probably that's what you're saying.
Look at the way China. Look at most products. Why do we, when you're looking at a product, why do people say the fake one is made in China? Why do they call fake things made in China?
Maybe because China don't believe in God.
It's because the
What
most
do you
of
think,
the
Dexter?
things that are original, they duplicate it and then they have mass production. Because there was a time I was reading a certain writing that was talking about how they have been able to remove 800 million people out of poverty. There is a certain point in time when they were setting up these industries. And the condition was that for you to come and set up an industry in their nation, you have to teach their people that knowledge. So it was a condition for you to set up a factory. That knowledge has to be transferred to their people. So yes, they do have some original ideas, but most of the ideas they get from other countries, then they just make a hybrid of it. If you identify, most of their things are replicas of an original. Yeah, so they get it from somewhere, but they do also have their
Just to
ideas.
add, just a minute. Also, you remember, we don't say that when you don't have God, you won't prosper. You will prosper. You will.
Will you?
You will.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Why?
You will prosper. The only difference is one. The prosperity of which is not centered on God doesn't last long.
Oh, okay.
It's like, let me tell you, let me give you an example. Like there's somebody doing genuine business, following all the legal procedures. And then we have another one who has built his business, like living recklessly, maybe doing evil things, maybe like stealing and all that. Of course, when you are stealing, it clearly means you are not aligned with God. You are not, because God does not
condone stealing.
not condone that.
Yes.
So which business is among those two is likely to last?
The one where you do it genuinely.
Exactly. But doesn't mean the one who is doing this thing, they will look like they are prospering for some time.
Yeah.
And then over time now it starts crumbling. So it's the same even for communism, which is based on atheism.
Oh,
That
okay.
they will still prosper, but now it can't last. It reaches a point whereby now, if God is not involved, now it has to go down again.
Oh, okay.
Yes.